Tough one tonight. Tough one tonight. Holy Toledo. Welcome back in to the Collins It Like It Is podcast. With me today is my dad, Larry Collins. Dad's been a few episodes since you've been on, so thanks for joining
Yeah,
me.
I'd say glad to do it, but I'm not so sure it is.
Oh, come on. We're gonna have some fun. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
We get talking about the Mariners. We're gonna have some fun.
yeah.
Um,
Baseball got him tonight.
Holy
That's it.
Toledo. Um, Yeah. Yeah, I don't really know where to begin with this one. I guess let's recap with what we said in our last episode. We basically said everything that they wanted to accomplish was right in front of them. They just got to get it done. And still, still believed a little bit. We did say, hey, we're not expecting anything to flip, but we were, holding on to a little bit of hope. And I'll be perfectly honest right now. I'm my hope for the season is shattered after today. It's just not our season. And we'll get into a lot of that today. I've got a lot of notes and do want to talk about a lot. And when it comes to why all of this happened, um, but yeah, it became very clear to me that when that bat hit the ball and it goes into the train tracks up on the Houston Houston Stadium, it just became very clear to me this is not going to happen this year. All hope that I had that this is going to flip went out the window. I'll put it this way: if you're a Mariners fan and you're sitting there going like, man, I don't really want to watch anymore. I'm gonna not that I have authority to do this, but I'm gonna let you off the hook. If you don't want to watch the rest of the season, I think you're good. Um, I don't think that there's anything for you to like be on pins and needles. Like, oh, is this? And I get we're only 3.5 back, which is crazy that we're coming on here and saying this with 30 something games to play, only 3.5 back. But I'm coming on here to say this will get worse. It's not going to get better. Dad, you might feel differently. Feel free to talk me off the ledge, though I've already jumped. Um, I don't see this getting. I think that we will be somewhere between 8 and 10 games back of the wild card, as well as probably 10 games back of Houston by the time August ends. So that's where I'm at mentally, Dad. Where are you at after that walk-off home run today against the Astros? Crazy game. One more final thought. Dan Wilson in the presser did say baseball happened today, and for once, I actually think, yeah. There wasn't a ton to like. There wasn't the Rucker leaving him out to just get shellacked in the previous outings. There wasn't a Bizardo. There wasn't a Ferrer. Why didn't you let him go out for an extra inning? There wasn't any of that today. The Astros just put the ball in play and baseball happened. But no one cares. No one cares that baseball happened today because of how the season went. So, Dad, with that, where are you at? Just give us a little glimpse of where you're at mentally um, after that loss today.
Uh, well, my realistic brain, reality, there's that part. And then you look at on paper, what can we do? Who are we? What's our potential? So there's that cognitive dissonance where yeah, we've seen it since June. Mariners just don't have it this year. They haven't flipped a switch. So in reality, yeah, this team isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
But you look at things, you look at the team, you look at the players, and you know it's in there. You know that it's just right behind a veil of potential and uh, just talent. And you know it's there. They have the talent to go on a 10 win run, win
Sure.
9 out of 10. They have it in them. There's a lot of baseball left still. Can they make up 3.5 games? Definitely, they can make up 3.5 games. So, are they out of it? No, not in the numbers, not in who you know they can be, but in reality, what they've been. I mean, they've shown us who they are this year.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's been too much of that. Going into September, if we're within five, we got
We're just we're not gonna be we're just not gonna be there though.
The Brewers and the Phillies. Are they any good?
Exactly. That's the Cubs. Like this is
Yeah, are
that's
they
what I'm
any good?
saying. Like it's gonna get worse, guys. Like it's just gonna get
Yeah.
worse.
Red Sox, are they like they're
Like
terrible,
the
aren't they?
Blue Jays are hot right now. Like the
I
Blue Jays
know.
are hot. That's the thing. Like all the other teams that came out the gate and just sucked, like the Red Sox, even the Blue Jays right now, like they've had moments where um, there's been a lot of optimism. If you're a fan of those teams this year, the Mariners right now, we have not had a really any period of time this season where we've been like, all right, now we're cooking. It's just been just a slog. And it's been that way the whole season. Like you highlighted June. I would even go back like WBC. Like I think that I know this got dismissed, but I do want to talk about this in this episode because we never talked about this really at all when it happened. But I think the Randy Arozarena Cal Raleigh handshake, the handshake gate,
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
happened, I actually think now that we're at where we're at, I actually think that that was a thing. Um, because either one of two things happened. Either Cal Raleigh told Randy Arozarena, "Hey, it's team policy, and we're not going to be doing handshakes. That's just something that Team USA is not going to do this year." And Randy Arozarena either ignored him, or Cal Raleigh was valuing or putting Team USA above the Mariners. Either way, that's not that's not a good look going into the season. So I actually think that that was a thing, and I think that that's kind of where this thing. Uh, I think that that's where this thing really started to get off the rails. Now, in hindsight, 2020. Um, I also think that right out of the gate, you had I just the injuries started compiling. The
Injuries
dev
are huge.
and I don't know. Now that it's been so far removed, especially for Cal Raleigh with that injury, it's really concerning for me that will we ever see Cal Raleigh again? I know that what you're about to say, I could probably tell you exactly what you're going to say. Is Cal Raleigh's going to be fine. Next year he's going to be fine. I would love for that to be the case. Like I would love to sit here and be like I'm sure that that's going to be like yeah, we just this flush it down the toilet and Cal Raleigh he just needs to get right. His time I'm telling you right now his timing's off and I'm not convinced that we ever see Cal Raleigh again and in terms of like the big dumper and I think that this is actually kind of a hot take. I actually think that one of the worst things that ever happened to Cal Raleigh was the 2025 MVP season and him becoming a superstar. And I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
It might sound silly, but him becoming a superstar in that home run derby. I actually think that that may have been the worst thing that happened to this franchise because the weight of the world fell on Cal Raleigh, and he immediately got hurt. I don't think if he goes nuclear last year, he's the WBC catcher. I don't think he gets hurt in the WBC. I don't even think he's on that roster. And we're sitting here with just regular old Cal Raleigh right now, more than likely. Um, I just think that the weight of the world fell on Cal Raleigh's shoulders this year, and it just compiled. And now we're looking at a Cal Raleigh that's completely broken. He gets ran for today, and Pareda comes in and takes his spot. That's where we're at in August, talking about Cal Raleigh. If Cal
Sure.
Raleigh was, if Cal Raleigh didn't have an extension attached to him, and he was still a guy in arbitration, I do believe that he would be in AAA right now. It's just, it's just, uh, it's just crazy how far it's cratered. And like I said, I would love to come on here and be like, it just put him on the IL for the rest of the year, and next year it's just going to be totally fine. I would say it's more likely than not that Cal Raleigh's never going to be good again, just based on what I'm seeing. What's your thoughts on Cal Raleigh?
Yeah,
And
I'm
more
not.
specifically, I know I told you I think that I know exactly what you're about to say. What do you have other than like feel like what do you got? It's so bad. It's the worst hitter I've ever seen. Jesus Sucre would make Cal Raleigh right now look like freaking Mickey Mantle. It's just
Olivo.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. It's horrible.
Well, he's still on the roster. Well, first of all, because of his, um, again, waiting for all year to snap out of it.
Yeah.
But Cal, he's on the team because he can manage the pitchers. So, I mean, that has value in and of itself. And yeah, he's gone down from number two hitter to number four or five, all the way down to seven hitter, wherever he's batting now. And that's appropriate place for him. But yeah, to go from MVP to worst in baseball, that's unparalleled.
No, like worst in baseball ever. It's not just worst in baseball. It's worse than like
Sure,
there's never been anybody as bad as Cal Raleigh this year.
sure.
So
But
like we so no no but we can't come on
No,
here. We can't come on here and be like, everything's gonna be fine. He's good. It's gonna be great. That's crap.
2027,
That's a
here
bunch of
we
crap.
come.
That's a bunch of crap. No one
2027,
knows.
Cal number one.
No one knows.
gentlemen.
Like no one knows. Steven, where are you? Okay, I'm gonna fill you in on where we're at.
Okay,
And if you're listening on Spotify, Steven, you guys know him. He just came in. Here's what I just said about Kyle Raleigh. We have no idea if he's ever going to be good again. Like just point blank,
facts,
we have no idea.
facts, facts.
Dad's sitting here
Opinion,
saying,
opinion.
Dad's sitting here going, no, he's going to be just fine. I'm sitting here going, I think it's more likely than not that Cal Raleigh just sucks and his extension's going to suck and it's going to be a big problem. Where are you at with Cal Raleigh?
Here's where I'm at with Cal Raleigh. He went from having the greatest season by a catcher ever to having the worst season by a catcher ever. Like those seasons both happened. They're both equally real. And
Yep.
so anybody who's saying he's going to revert back to something from 2023, 2024, says who? Says who? Like I mean, would
You
I
don't
like
know.
that? Yes, we just don't know. This season happened, and it's not a month sample size. It's not a 6 week sample size. It's not even like this is a whole season. Like this isn't a fluke. This is now a season of evidence, and there's more evidence to me
And
that
he's
you're going to
getting
get
worse.
more of this.
Here's the thing, he's getting worse. It's
He's
not
not
like
getting better. He's
it's not
getting
like
worse and worse and
yeah,
worse.
it's brutal.
Why do I think he's like something magical is going to happen in the offseason? Like I'll
That's
just
what
say
the
like
off season's about.
that's faith.
That's when you change.
Hey,
You
would
change
I
your swing in
would
the
I
off
like it to
season.
happen? Yes. Is there any evidence it's going to happen? No. So at the end of the day,
No.
I mean, Cal and Julio are not going in the right direction, and that's the spine of this team, the future of this team. And then Colt Emerson. I mean, is the sky falling on him? No, but it's surely not encouraging. Like first few months are surely not encouraging. Now, could next year be amazing for him? Sure. There's way more faith there than I have about Cal Raleigh, turn into something. I mean, guys, we're sitting here 9 games below 500. It's time to say the sky's falling. It's time to say disaster. It's time to say, oh no. It's time to say
The
what
rain
happened.
clouds have formed.
It's like there's a fat lady singing somewhere. Like it's over. Like and it's I'll see you in 2028 is where I'm at with the Mariners. I mean, holy cow. And like you said, Sean, we can't skirt past this. Cal went from the greatest season of all time by a catcher to the worst season of all time. Not just by a catcher, by anyone ever offensively. Like it's crazy. Like none
Well,
of us had like our worst nightmare did not have this even in the stadium of possibilities.
well,
And it's right in front of us.
here's the thing. Like for me, this goes a lot deeper than a team that just got injured and we're struggling. I think that it was really easy as a Brewers, or sorry, excuse me, as an Atlanta Braves fan last year to be like, you know what, this was just a lost season, and let's go get them next year. I think as a Mariners fan, you would be delusional to look at this roster and be like, yeah, all we need is just some time to let it marinate a little bit longer. There's the reality of Julio Rodriguez. I don't know why you're laughing, Dad. This sucks.
I agree.
It's
Yeah,
just
it's
Julio. It is.
unfathomable.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
just giving you a hard time. But Julio Rodriguez, 750 OPS is what we're looking at right now, and he's not a good center fielder anymore. Like his defense fell off a cliff, and he's now like a 2.5, 3 WAR player. Cal Raleigh, worst player in baseball. Josh Naylor, average at best. Josh Naylor's average. Colt Emerson. I think that it's too early to really like dig into Colt Emerson, but let's just call a spade a spade. He was pathetic. Like not just bad, not just like not this. This is an abject disaster, and you're kidding yourself if you're a Mariners fan. You're coping as a Mariners fan if you're going to sit here and say we just need to come back 2027 and everything's going to be fine.
Yeah. Here's where I'm at right now is that last year we ended the season with a lot of knowns. We ended the season saying we know Julio's good. We know Cal's good. We know that there's this top prospect coming up. We know that Gilbert and Kirby and Castillo and Wu are good. We know Munoz is good. We knew those. We knew Naylor was good. We knew Donovan was good. We're coming into the season. We had all these things that we knew, and all those things are not true anymore in the sense that we don't know. Like, could they be good? Yeah, totally. Could they be awesome? Yeah, totally. But there's a world that like Julio's never more than just nice. Like, there's a world that Cal is never the same. Chris Davis fell off a cliff, and Chris Davis right now looks like best case scenario. Like Chris Davis, like as he fell off a cliff, like Cal makes Chris Davis look like Mr. Consistency. I mean, make
Yeah.
him Cal Ripken Jr. I mean, he's
Yeah.
just a metronome up there. I mean, my thing is Cal going to be good next year? I don't know. Is Josh Naylor going to be good next year? I don't know. Is Munoz cooked? I don't know. Like, is Cal done? I don't know. Is Cole Emerson ever going to be good? I don't know. Like, is Gilbert or Kirby or Wu going to be anyone that we can depend on at the top of like, hey, when you got to get it
I
done,
just
you
think
get it
Gilbert's
done.
been pretty good.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Sure, one of those
He's the
guys.
one guy. He's the one guy I'd push
The
back on.
one
Everybody
guy.
else, I got you.
I'm just saying. I'm like, I don't know. Is Brendan Donovan good? I don't know. Like, I'm just sitting there. Could they all be great next year? And could we be awesome next year? Yeah, I just don't know anymore. And that's the difference. Is last year I came in knowing stuff. This year makes me say, I don't know. And I think as a Mariners fan, to say you don't know. Nobody knows. Like, we're right here living in this reality with people not being hurt, and we're 9 games under 500. We don't know anything. We don't know what. Like, this is either a blip and next year's awesome, or this is the new normal, and like we're toast, guys. And I don't know. Like I don't even know what to do with this season. Like I genuinely am like I'm so confused. I've never seen a team like this before. Do
Well,
this.
well,
I
that's
don't know.
true. Haven't seen it before. But what we have seen before is people go in the off season, they change uh, their approach to at bats. They have a health regenerated, and so to me, we're on a roller coaster right now that we just can't get off of because you don't change things in the middle of a season or the end of a season. Um, but the off season is going to be here, and the off season, Julio can get back to even if he's not the superstar where his contract says if he's in the top five MVP, he gets a bonus. So maybe he never gets to his top of his contract, but he still has that ability to be. Maybe he doesn't go to center field. Maybe he gets moved to right field. Personally, I think that might be in his future to be a right fielder. And so if he moves to right field and whoever's next in center field, Farmelo, um, yeah, that's an internal rebuild, but it's not necessarily a rebuild. It's just working through your prospects. But off season is going to happen. Hopefully, a season happens, but that's when the changes are going to come because he's still got the talent in him. Cal has still got the talent. Um, what's going on with him? We don't know. But Cal is still, even if he's never going to reach 25. That's definitely an outlier. I'm going to say 26 is an outlier. So I think he is going to settle back into his 240 hitter like he's always been, a 30 home run
But
player,
why? But why?
35.
I need no, no. I need, you can't just throw those things at why. Why do you believe
Is he
that?
going to be able to hit high
Well,
fastballs all of a sudden? Like I don't. Why?
well, I think his approach needs to change. I wonder who our batting coaches are going to be next year because you can't have the whole team just flounder and fall off a cliff and not look at who's in their ear. Now they all have their own batting coaches, true, but still it's a team, the whole team, and there's a team. The third, assistant can't be the one that's taken the fall for what this team has done at bat since June. It's been overly pathetic. Um, so I just think Cal, he's shown through just his development through the years, and it all came together last year. It all fell apart this year. Um,
That's just what everyone would have said about Chris Davis. Like right after he hit 50 home runs, and everyone would have said like, "Ah, come on,
Probably
come
have to
on."
look at the age of the player and the.
I mean, Cal is 29. He'll be 30 next year.
As a
Like
catcher who's got a lot of mileage.
I just think like, and even
Sure,
with
I mean that makes sense. I just
I'm looking at Julio, and it's like Julio's a 750 OPS guy. That's just who he is. Like the last 3 years have happened. Like his rookie year was his best OPS year. Like
Yeah. Yeah, the
at
Pete
some
Crow
point,
Armstrong. Yeah, we hope that Julio would be who Pete Crow Armstrong is. It's never happening. Like it's never
no.
like that player is never coming out of Julio. It's never happening. So it's that's what I'm saying. Like I think it's a really big cliche right now that Mariners fans, Mariner content creators are doing right now, where they're just saying like, it's a super talented team. Dad, I hate to pick on you, but you're doing it right now. It's a
I'm
super talented team. They're
I'm a believer.
I'm
Dude,
telling you,
Chris
it's
Davis is the comp, guys.
yes,
He
exactly.
fell off
Yeah,
a cliff at age 30 and had negative WAR seasons every season.
they're very similar hitters.
He in 2013 he had a 7 WAR season and he had his magical run there and finished third in MVP, hit the 53 home runs. The next year, what looked like it was an injury season, didn't quite get to 160 games. The next season at age 29 got to 160 games, had a 5 WAR season. The next year it was 3 and then negative zero point 0.4, negative 3, negative 1 out of the league by age 34. Like it was a cliff and it happened overnight. And if
Hmm.
you're sitting there at age 29 with Chris Davis, said like, come on, he hit 53 homers, injury season, hit 47 homers. Like this is who he is. He's not going to fall off a cliff. Like 2 years later, it was 25 done. Like then 15 and never got it back. Like I mean, I, I don't know. I don't want that to be Cal's future, but who's to say it's not?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the stats are there. The examples there. Um, it's happened before. Uh, I mean, Cal just, I'm sure Chris Davis put in the work. Cal's going to put in the work.
Yeah,
Um, and Cal
You
just
know,
has, just has, just
I
has
want.
you know what?
a
You
piece
know what?
about him.
Works hard. Washing machines.
Eventually they break. I
Exactly.
wonder if some of this is he got a whole year of being. I mean, I don't know how many people across in all of baseball were like, we have to figure out Cal, 3 years ago. Last year required teams said, like, we got to figure this guy out. And it sure seems like they did.
I
And
don't
the
think
question
it's
is,
I don't think it has anything to do with that. His timing is completely off. So he does not catch up to fastballs right down the middle.
yeah,
Or if he does, he's way out in front. So there's been some great videos online.
yeah,
It'd be super easy to find because it's a really
yeah,
hot
yeah.
topic right now. But his timing's
Mhm.
Like
completely
the
off.
yips? Does he have the yips as a hitter? Like, what's going
Uh,
on?
Some's between his ears.
Yeah, that's easy
Analytics
to
is,
fix.
yeah. No,
Like,
I think, yeah, baseball is all about analytics. They are analytics to death. And if you're just slightly off your analytics, you're going to look pathetic. And that's what's happened to the whole team. So to me, if it's the whole team, there has to be a single point, and that
So,
single point is who's
yeah, how does Dan Wilson
in their
still have a
heads.
job? How do I get that job security? Like, what is going on?
dude, let's
I,
talk about that. Let's
the
talk
whole
about that.
team is failing, and like somehow Dan Wilson just at this point is just symbolic. Is Dan Wilson the biggest problem? Absolutely not. Is Dan Wilson one of the 5 biggest problems? Probably not. Like, but someone has to be held accountable. You can't have the entire team floundering, and it's like, whatever. Like, I don't know what to do with it. Like, how does he have a job?
Especially when he's done nothing right. Like it'd be one thing if it was like, man, like Dan Wilson's really pulled the right strings and the team is just, not pull like the team is obviously the biggest problem. But or sorry, excuse me, Dan Wilson, he botched the platoons early in the season. He never gave Canzone at bats against lefties. Now, hindsight, Canzone's awesome against lefties. So they completely
Yeah,
mismanaged that for over half the season. He's getting completely clowned by the other teams, making our platoons come out of the game early, and then we've got Connor Joe facing the best right-handed reliever in
sure.
baseball
That's terrible.
late in game. Like Dan Wilson was just getting clowned the whole freaking season, and then you had the piggyback stuff that got botched. You had Luis Castillo losing it in the dugout, and he's the Rock. He doesn't show any emotion. Clearly, there was no communication there that was happening with the players, and the piggyback thing was just a disaster. Um, you had also Dan Wilson. I would fault him a lot for how he handled press conferences. Every single loss got hit with, tough one today, but we got to come back to and we're gonna get this thing started, and it's gonna happen tomorrow. It's like, dude, it's freaking August, man. Like, you can't just keep saying that in the post game, you know, it, and have us just be cool with that. Like, you just sound like an idiot. Um, it's just been just nonsense after nonsense happening with Dan Wilson the entire year, and it's ridiculous that it's been able to go on as long as it has. And it's the Locked On Mariners guy said this. You can't let Dan Wilson walk. There needs to be a symbolic firing. You can't just like let him resign after the year and have that be the way he exits, because that means that this was tolerated and Dan Wilson got to choose.
Yep.
You need to fire him. He needs to be fired.
Yeah, it's
If
not
you were
happening.
that's it's pathetic though. It is not happening. It would have happened honestly if he was getting
Yeah.
fired. It would have happened in the after the Rays series when we got swept after getting
Yep.
our butts kicked by the Rays. That was when you had the time to do it. There was an off day when they didn't do that. He was clearly going to stay as the manager for the rest of the year, and I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like I think
Failure
it's
is accepted, is what the Mariners have said.
yes,
Like with Dan Wilson. And I'm not saying we're going to find someone better. I'm not saying that, again, Dan Wilson is the primary problem, but someone has to be held accountable. And this is like what trash franchises do, is they just like say, yeah, we're just going to take it. And
yeah,
and we've said this is acceptable. Firing communicates someone something. Everyone's got a job here. When you get terminated, when you get fired, when you get relieved of your duties, what's being said is you were not up to our standard. I'm not saying you're a bad guy. I'm not saying that you haven't done good things in the past, but we do not believe that you can take us where we want to go, and your current performance is not acceptable to the standard that we have.
yeah,
The Mariners, by not firing Dan Wilson, are telling every fan the standard is acceptable, and you should be okay with what's going on. And I'm not, and,
yeah.
and nobody should be. Like this team should not be 9 games under 500. And if you're not willing to fire Dan, what you're saying is, hey, we don't really care. Like just management saying we don't. Hey, this is just all right, and it's
Can
not.
we be honest about Dan Wilson for a second, though, in terms of that just narrative that's obviously true? Is that like, oh, you can't fire him because he's a Mariners legend. He's a Mariners legend. It's like, dude,
He's
let's
not King
not.
Griffey Jr.
Yeah, exactly. That's my exact point. Like, let's not pretend like it's Edgar Martinez as the manager right now. It's Dan Wilson was a nice catcher for the Mariners, and
Yeah.
was our catcher
Everyone
for a
in
number of
95 is
seasons.
a legend. 95 is the only season we have.
Oh my
No,
gosh, no,
My
it's.
oh my, come on now. You can't fire anybody that's on that video.
I love my
but
like.
you can.
No, here's the thing. I'm so sick. I'm so sick of talking about 1995 like that was anything, man. Like,
Exactly.
like
That's all we got though.
no one gives a freaking crap about 1995. That
Except
is,
it's all we got.
it's, it's just, it was a team that lost in the AL freaking CS. Like, let's stop talking about
Yeah.
1995 like it was some
Reminiscent.
like it's the 2015 Royals. Like it doesn't matter. 1995 doesn't matter in terms of how we should be viewing legends on the team. Like it's
Yeah.
great that they save baseball in Seattle. I love that. Like 1995 Mariners should always be revered for that reason. But let's not act like they won anything. They're
Well,
a
let's
bunch
not
of
act like Dan
losers.
Wilson was like, if how many teams is he actually going to be in the Team Hall of Fame for? Like, I'll tell you what, like the premier franchises, Dan Wilson's not going to be in hallowed ground. Like, he's not exactly Jorge Posada, he's not exactly Johnny Bench. He's not exactly,
No,
come on, like you can fire the guy, like you can relieve him of his duties. Like
totally.
this is not Ichiro. It's come on, like I think we've oversold. Dan Wilson's a nice player. I think it's
He's just well respected in the whole
He's well
franchise.
respected. I respect
Fine.
him as a catcher. That's fine. He's a terrible manager. And I'll tell you what, like
Yeah.
he should be real grateful he's in the Mariners Hall of Fame. I'll tell you what, like on a lot of franchises, I don't think he's quite. Again, he's not exactly Pudge Rodriguez or Yadi Molina. Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I
Yeah.
don't know.
He's
Like
not,
he
he
should be
ain't
real
Joe.
thankful.
He ain't Joe Bauer over here. I'll say this. I think
What's
Dan
his war?
Wilson,
Come on, look it up.
probably
Check
20,
out his war.
probably
Yeah.
20 at the
Nice
No,
most.
player.
no,
Nice
no.
player.
First of all, we don't know what they're asking him to do. Um,
I'm sure
he's
that's
got,
not being 9 games under 500. So
It's not. I just
but
here's the thing. No, no,
but
no.
he
You
might be
can't.
doing exactly what they're
he's
asking
a
him to do.
13
It's
career war player. He's 13. He's a nice player. Give
But
me a
he
break.
might be
no, no,
doing
no. I'm
exactly
not
what
letting
they're
you.
asking.
I'm not letting you off the hook with this one, Dad, because you're sitting here talking about, we don't know what he was asked to do. it's so beyond what he's asked to do from the front office. It's the tough one today for the last freaking 6 months. I'm sick of it. I'm sick
Oh,
of like
sure.
it's Luis
Now,
Castillo
would
losing
I
his.
fired him? Just to be on the record, yes, I would have fired him. I said that
Yes.
well, I said that
Oh
many
my
episodes
gosh.
ago, but why are they not? Now, when I look at him and his managering and his managerial moves, yeah, I'm scratching my head going, what in the world? Um, but maybe that's exactly what they're asking him to do, and he's doing what he's asked to do.
It's not what he was stepped over the line in that game with Luis Castillo on the mound.
Uh,
He tried to go out and go
uh,
and get his reliever and couldn't.
Guys, you cannot fire a career 13 WAR player. You just can't do it. You can't, a one-time All-Star? You can't fire a guy like that. That's a legend. I mean, like, what are we talking about? Like, how did this guy get in the Hall of Fame to begin with? Like, holy smokes. I
He's
just, what is
he's a
happening?
clear Mariners Hall of Famer.
Oh my goodness. I'm just saying you can fire the guy.
Yes,
You can fire the guy.
and here's the thing: never ever, and this goes beyond baseball. Um, Never hire someone you can't fire. And that's true. That's true. That is a if you're sitting here and you're an entrepreneur, if you're
well,
sitting here and you're a boss, if you're sitting here and you're in charge of a department, never hire someone you can't fire. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
but Dan never had
Here
an
we go
interview.
again.
No, not
I'll
well.
tell you what.
I'm actually supporting you here. Actually, Dan never had an interview. He was the guy. He got appointed to the position. We didn't have interviews. It was Dan all the way. So he was the guy. So that in and of itself is saying Dan is not going to get fired because he didn't even have to interview for this job. That's how much status he has and security he has for his managerial position because he's appointed.
Yep.
Normally you'd
And
have finish out the season with Manny Acta or somebody, but no, Dan was the manager day one, and for a position he never interviewed for. He was handpicked to be where he's at.
Guys,
So
you guys are gonna have to duke this out. I got a jet. I just came on here to have a cathartic experience to vent and air my grievances. Mariners, you're breaking my heart. Breaking my heart. But according to Dad, Cal's gonna turn around. He's gonna be the next six-time MVP. And you know, Dan Wilson is gonna be the new president of operations. So over and out, Dad, bless you.
yeah, I'm going to sign off with this. Brock Rodden.
awesome.
I think that today, I mean, he's out of all the players in that club, I bet you Brock Rodden's feeling the best. But um,
Yeah.
today could have been like if I'm being dead serious, today could have been one of those legendary and Mariners fans in the Mariners sphere, a legendary debut. And
Mhm.
that 5 run 10th inning, uh, all but secured that we'll probably never remember Brock Rodden's debut. And I think just in one hit, I think we went from like potentially like honestly legendary debut to never gonna remember it. And I feel bad for Brock Rodden because I don't think he's gonna be some I think he'll be like a Sam Haggerty. I think he'll be a nice player that
Sure.
could be up and down. I'm not anticipating him to ever be like
No,
a
I don't.
staple in the lineup. So I feel like having a really memorable debut for that type of player would have actually been a really cool thing for him in his career. I'll sign us off with this. What's still true, everything that this team wanted to accomplish, still right in front of them. It's still right in front of them.
Yep.
I just am completely hopeless. So
Be because we're in the terrible American League West.
yep, that third wild card spot is under 500 right now. So you may
Yeah.
81 wins might be what you need. We'll
Unbelievable.
we'll see. All right. Go Ibs.
All right. Go M's.